Well, blessings to your family. I'm Pastor Jerome Davidson. Welcome to Pastor Jerome TV. I'm your host, Pastor Jerome. And I kind of want to go in real quick on this thing with Kirk Franklin. I don't know if you caught the Grammys the other day, but this dude was on stage in what looks like a red dress. You know, and that to me is really like a form of rebellion, because here we are as the church trying to reestablish God's order in a time where the world and the Illuminati is trying to create a gender-bending society, even in the church. And so for him to go on stage with a dude named Chance the Rapper and to wear a red blouse or dress or whatever the thing is was really a slap in the face to those of us who are really trying to represent the church and represent God. Now, I don't know, maybe you guys can help me out here, but it looked like a dress to me. Maybe it was a blouse, or maybe it's some kind of new men's fashion that I'm out of touch with fashion, and I'm glad I'm not touching anything like that because I'm a man. And, you know, these gospel artists are not walking a fine line anymore. They're all the way over there. And it's sad to see. Now, Will Smith at least admitted that his son wears these things and he's paid to be a gender bender. And his daughter is too. She dresses like a boy and his son dresses like a girl. And so, but for Kirk Franklin to come out, who is this is a gospel issue. I know some of y'all are gonna come on here and talking about, oh, you know, you're a bitter person and the world will be a peaceful place without you. That's fine. This is a gospel. Kirk Franklin is a gospel artist. Gospel is the word of God, the Bible, the good news from God. I'm a gospel preacher. So this is a gospel issue that I'm talking about. So for him to come out in a red dress, you know, is really a terrible thing, especially in the time, as I forestated, in the time that we are actually trying to show the world that there is a difference between male and female. When God made us, he made us male and female. And when he did that, he asked us to reproduce. He blessed us to do that. And that's the only way to reproduce, unless science is going to come up with some other type of way, which they probably will, because they're already doing these human chimeras and hybrids and so on and so forth. But we've got to be stronger, we've got to be established, and we've got to speak out against stuff like this. And this is what I'm trying to do on my YouTube channel, is just create a dialogue where we can call right and wrong according to the Bible and according to our good judgment. Now, some of y'all say that it's not right for us to judge. Well, every day you make judgments about people, places, and things. And the Bible taught us with something very simple in the Old Testament. God was training his people to know the difference and to call it out, whether it was clean or unclean, through its dietary system. So if you saw a pig, which was a clean animal, had to have splitted hooves and it had to chew the cud like a cow. A cow has splitted hooves and it chews the cud. It has 3 chambers in its stomach. Now, you could see that animal and call it clean. It's clean because I could see outwardly that it has the feet, but inwardly I could see that it chews the cud. Okay? But a pig, outwardly it has the splitted hooves, but inwardly it doesn't chew the cud. So it's unclean. Because I could see its inwards by the way it intake and react. And it's the same way. You and I are to be able to look at something and call it clean or unclean. That's he practiced that with us in the Old Testament. And so we can call sin and unrighteousness and unclean something unclean, and we can call right wrong. The way you people are practicing right and wrong is that you guys wouldn't be good parents, because you wouldn't be able to tell your children the difference between right and wrong, because you're calling that judging. And you're saying that nobody can judge you but God. But here's the problem with that. You do not want to wait until the great white throne judgment and go before God and wait for him to judge you. You would rather have some coaches and some people down here on earth helping to get your dress not having spot or wrinkle in it down here on earth before you try to go and appear before God. You need some people to help get the spots and wrinkles out of your dress, because Jesus is establishing a church, according to Ephesians 5, that is without spot or wrinkle or any such blemish in it. And you can't see that yourself on your own dress. You need some people around you to help make sure that you don't have wrinkles or spots in your stuff. But for those of you that are talking about can't nobody judge you but God, and you waiting for God to judge you, it's going to be terrible. Because the word of God is the mirror. And those of us who represent that word are to hold that mirror up to you and say, here, you got something in your eye, you got something on your dress. Hey, I'm Pastor Jerome. Share the videos. Blessings.